Hey, JT here with Living Analog, coming at you from underneath the Smith's Meet His Murder poster and the Clash Lemon Calling poster. Today I wanted to talk about Eric Clapton's famous Gibson tone. It's often referred to as the woman tone. It's also, I've seen it referred to as the Beano tone. This tone was made famous on John Mayall's Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton album. And it's the guitar that Clapton played and the sound that he came up with is often referred to as a Beano guitar and Beano sound, because on the cover of the album Clapton is looking at a Beano comic book or something. I don't know what it was. I was born in 1980, so I guess that's lost to the ages to me. Eric Clapton, at the time, used a late 50s, early 60s Gibson Les Paul Standard. I want to say it was in 1959. Obviously, that is a holy grail guitar these days that is any between 58 and 60 Gibson Les Pauls, like going for north of $250,000, let alone the one he used on that album. But at the time, it was just a guitar. It was actually relatively new. He had that 59 Les Paul plugged directly in to a Marshall combo. It was a 212. I believe it was the 1962 model, and I believe it had the JTM 45 circuit. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure I'll correct myself if that's wrong. And all evidence shows that that was it. That is what he used on that album, is just a Les Paul straight into a combo unit. Now I've found to really be able to dial in that sound, the first thing you're going to need is a tube amp. A lot of times the lower wattage tube amps, like a Fender Champ or a Princeton Reverb are excellent for this. And you really want to crank them. You want to crank that master volume really high, because that's where a lot of this sound comes from, is that kind of back end breakup that you get from a really loud master volume. If you have a preamp channel that adds dirt to the front end, that's fine. Just make sure you keep that master cranked, because that's really where the sound comes in. Today I'm replicating this sound with this is an old Pignose G40V. They made these I think I picked this up about 10 years ago. They cost like $200, and it's been great. I put in a late 60s Jensen and swapped out the Chinese tubes for some better tubes. And this is one of my pride and joy guitars. This is my Gibson Les Paul Standard, 1995. I have updated the pickups. And these are Gibson 57 Classic PAFs. Now the secret to the sound is in the tone circuit. So basically what you want to do is, a lot of the album he played, it seems like he played with just the treble pickup. So if you do it like that, you can keep your volume wide open, but you want to roll back your tone way far. Now it depends on your tone circuit. On mine, I put it on about 4 or 5 to get the sound that I want. But play with it a little bit. And even kind of play with the volume too. If it doesn't seem right, back the volume off to about 9 or 8, just a little bit if it sounds too tinny. So without the tone, that's what it sounds like. Roll the tone back. You can hear it kind of scooped out there. And you can also incorporate this pickup here, the neck pickup. But at the same time, you'll want to roll that tone back as well. So, and again, on my guitar, basically, I've got both volumes wide open and both tones pulled back to about 4. To me, that's the most fun guitar sound, just to kind of sit around and do this. Just kind of sit around, get loud, and play. Like I said, it always sounds better if you have kind of a lower wattage tube amp that you can just let rip. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. Give me a like, subscribe, and we'll show you more stuff here in the future.